Namaskaram, namaste. Today we're going to talk about why our sadhana feels like a struggle sometimes, especially post samyama. If you're interested in this topic, make sure you give this video a like, drop a heart in the comment, and let's get started. There was a time, if you've seen this video, that all I wanted was samyama. I was watching Sadhguru's videos, hearing him talk about what was possible for us as human beings, and I became obsessed with getting there and doing samyama. I wanted every initiation. I wanted to learn everything, every practice. I wanted to become a yogi and all of that. And I know if you can relate to that, make sure you let me know in the comments. And if you want to know how I got there, make sure you watch this video that I'm going to link up here and in the description below. And generally, what started as a longing for me to get there as a human being, it became a race, to be honest with you. And before you know it, your spiritual journey starts looking a lot like the rest of your life, always achieving, always wanting more, always trying to win, right? What I didn't realize at the time was that I wasn't really allowing the practices to do their work on me physically and mentally and within my subtle body. I was collecting them only. I always use this example for my patients. Imagine if you want to become an Olympic athlete. On the first day, you buy all the equipments, you hire the best coach, you learn all the techniques, you watch all the videos, you listen to all the podcasts. But if you don't give your body enough time to adapt, will it really work? That's precisely why that you are struggling with staying consistent with sadhana. You are chasing to become a yogi overnight. Just like you can't become an athlete overnight, you won't become a yogi overnight either. The body needs repetition, the muscles need repetition, the nervous system needs repetition. Everything needs time, and sadhana is the same. It cannot be rushed. You can't rush transformation. You can learn a practice in a few days, but it may take months or years for that practice to become truly a part of you. Today, I look back and I realized something really important. The goal was never to collect these practices. I didn't want my day to go towards practices. My goal was to become available to grace, to become receptive, to become meditative, and to be pretty much stable enough so these practices can work on me. And this is where many of us struggle, I think. Not because practices are difficult, but because discipline is difficult. And let's be honest, we're not disciplined because most of us were never trained to build discipline. We were trained to go to school. We were trained to go to work and show up on time because we will get fired if we don't. We were trained to show up when someone else created this structure. When a teacher asks us to show up at 8 a.m., we go. When a boss asks us to show up at 9 a.m., we go and we show up, at least most of us. But when no one's watching and no one's grading us and when no one's paying us, it's really hard to achieve discipline, and expecting for that to just come naturally to you, it's insanity. So it's a completely different skill to be disciplined on our own, and this skill of discipline showing up is something that I struggle myself so much with, and I was never naturally disciplined. I even used to look down on people that were disciplined. I had to teach myself discipline from ground up. I pretty much learned it through bodybuilding, my business, and committing to my daily sadhana, but it wasn't something that I was born with, but it actually was something that I took my time. I read books and I tried to build it into my daily life. Today and in future videos, I'll be sharing the exact mindset shifts that I went through and the practical tips that helped me get there, the books I read. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos because they're going to be really interesting and fun to watch. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit like and comment underneath the videos because it really helps the algorithm get my videos to people who actually want to watch it and they're interested in the same topics. So again, there should be no guilt on not doing your sadhana right now because a person just learned to pass a ball last year is not expected to play soccer like those that are in FIFA, right? Of course not. So this guilt about not doing sadhanas consistently like the yogis at Isha is completely irrelevant and is only bringing you down and adding to your guilt. And nothing like guilt will weigh you down, trust me on that. Especially because we live outside of the ashram and we're kind of stuck out here for now. We need to do our best to learn these little habits and tips on how to build discipline. And that's why this video is so important. One of the books that really helps me to really understand how this is possible for someone like myself that wasn't disciplined at all was Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book explains something really simply. Big transformations don't happen because of big actions. They happen because of small little steps that are repeated consistently. A tiny habit that is repeated every single day eventually becomes a part of your daily routine. You don't become disciplined because you feel motivated today and not tomorrow. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. You become disciplined because you keep showing up for those small steps, even when you don't feel like it. But we have to make sure those steps are tiny and small. I will break it down for you. I did this when I wanted going to the gym to become a habit, and I wanted to go every single day. So I went to the gym every single day, like the book said. I didn't work out some days. Some days I just walked on the treadmill. Sometimes I just went to the bathroom and just came back home. But it was really important for me to show up every single day to build that specific habit, to get used to going. Going to the gym was my main focus, and that's how I was going to do it. So similarly, if you're trying to create a habit of practicing your sadhana every single day, you start with just lighting a lamp. Roll your mat, say Asatoma Sadgamaya mantra, and then just roll the mat back up and put it back. And that's it. So simple, right? That's it. You show up every single day and you do this little tiny habit that will take about 1 minute, and you will be inspired to do your sadhana after 14 days. Again, many people are going to wait until they're inspired to do sadhana. But starting small, trust me, always works. I have tried it with every single good habit that I've made in my life. So don't get excited when you're trying to start a new habit. Don't push. Just start this week by rolling the mat before going to work and sitting down for a second. And, depending on what you're doing already, maybe you're just doing Shambhavi every day and you want to do Shakti Chalana. Maybe just sit there after Shambhavi and think about doing Shakti Chalana for a little bit. Maybe do the first little bit and then don't do the rest. Just try to start small and add little things to your habits, and that will actually grow over time. They've studied human beings and they've decided that this is one of the best ways to build habits that you can make sure that sticks with you for the rest of your life. Because it's very important you become a person that keeps your word. If you keep failing on your word over and over and over again, you're just going to give up at some point and you're just not going to try, and you're going to get used to, and that becomes a habit for you, not keeping your word. But when you start small and you keep your word every single day, that becomes a habit, and that becomes a part of your personality. You become a person that keeps their word. You become a person that's going to do what they said that they were going to do last night. And that is the most important thing when you build a habit. So again, the most important thing that you can take away from this video is that you have to start smaller than what your ego wants. Read that again. Start smaller than what your ego wants. Your ego wants to do 3 hours of sadhana every single day immediately starting from tomorrow. Your ego wants to do the advanced practices. Your ego wants enlightenment by next Tuesday. But real life takes time. It's steady. It's slow. It's kappa. It is humbling. Maybe your victory today is just simply showing up on your mat, but that's what you must do every single day. Maybe it's just doing one practice consistently for 6 months and not thinking about anything else, just to make sure that practice gets built in. Maybe it's just creating a space in your home when your sadhana actually naturally happens. Maybe it's taking a shower when you wake up and putting your sadhana clothes on, and that's it, just sitting on your mat. Whatever it is for you, find that small habit that matches your personality and where you are right now, and repeat it every single day, because over time those habits become discipline, and discipline becomes stability, and stability becomes receptivity, and receptivity becomes grace. You actually allow grace to enter to your life. And that's what I think Devi also really respects, for you to keep your word and keep showing up every single day. Also, as my last note, if you're feeling guilty about not doing your practices, maybe you are comparing yourself with someone else's and where they are in life. Maybe you're not being honest with where you are. Maybe you're just thinking about those big goals that you've set for yourself and the image you want to become, but really not realizing how much time a transformation will take, and you're not allowing that to happen. So take a breath, slow down. You're not here to win a competition. You are here to transform your life, and transformation takes time. Just keep showing up, keep moving forward, one day at a time. Keep your word, and it's one practice at a time, or lighting a lamp. The journey is not about how quickly you arrive. The journey is about being honest with yourself and who you become along the way. If this resonated with you, make sure you like it and share it with a friend, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Namaskaram. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.